Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and already it looks like we are gone green flag racing with Pro 2. We just keep going with these classes throughout today. This is Pro 2 racing action. We'll run down our order. It is Corey Winter, Mickey Thomas, Kyle Kleiman, Keegan Kincaid, Cody Gill, Jepson Scher, Zachary Kirshner, Bobby Brand, Ryan Beaton, Kevin Hanegraaff, our 10 trucks in this one and Shane. We didn't get a chance really to set up this one, but we're dealing with a point championship. 3 points to 5. Kyle Kleiman and Keegan Kincaid. Look at Keegan already. He's already making pressure on Kyle Kleiman.
Yeah, Keegan more or less has to finish in front of Kyle Kleiman no matter where they are in the field. Kincaid has a 3-point lead entering today's round 10 race. But up front, it's Corey Winter. Man, Winter's had a wild ride this year. Got hurt in qualifying before round 1. And Mark Peterson stepped into the truck for a while. He did really well. Picked up a few 4th place finishes. Winter trying to earn a race win here in 2020. And Kleiman, he's on the move trying to go around Thomas.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Kyle Kleiman, man, he looks really, really fast out of the gate. He's already going for that 2nd place spot. Remember, the points championship's going to deal with these 2 drivers, the white trucks and the black trucks. The Kendon Tireback ride 42 and the Vision Wheelback number 4. And oh, Keegan looked like he stubbed it for a little bit.
Yeah, a little off the pace. Keegan Kincaid, though, he's back up to full speed. Literally every point right now is so meaningful to Kyle Kleiman, so that move up into 2nd place is enormous. That'd be 2 extra points that he could gain back on Kincaid. If they finished as they are right now, Kleiman would steal that championship away. We're going to keep an eye on that battle throughout the rest of this race.
Yeah, and look at Kyle Kleiman. He doesn't just want 2nd. He's going after this win. He knows if he finishes up on top, his chance of winning that championship are that much more.
Yeah, and if he leads at halfway, that's 2 extra bonus points instead of the 1 he would get for 2nd place at halfway. And every truck he can put between himself and Keegan Kincaid is so meaningful right now.
Boy, Mike Higgs and the guys are probably just stoked right now. Those Kendon tires are definitely running through everywhere here at Crandon. As we go back up front, the General Tire FabTech ride of Corey Winter doing a fine job, and you touched base on it a little bit. He didn't have the great start of the season that he had liked to.
Yeah, had a back injury. It was not a severe back injury, but the doctor said, hey man, no driving whatsoever. But Mark Peterson in the seat filled it very admirably, did a fantastic job. Now Winter leads this round 10 race in our finale. A lot of battling going on further back. You got Gill and Scher and a couple other guys back there banging doors.
Yeah, Cody Gill, new to the Pro 2 division, doing a fine job in that Toyota body. There's Keegan Kincaid.
Kincaid running in 4th. Like I said before, Brent, that would mean that Kleiman would gain 3 points for the finishing position. So that would tie him up, and Kleiman holds the tiebreaker for most wins. He's got 3 wins on the year. Kincaid only has 1.
And you look at Kleiman right now, you actually get bonus points for being in the top 2 at that mandatory competition caution. As look at Winter, he over-rotated a little bit. Kyle Kleiman, he hit his mark perfectly.
Yeah, for Kleiman right now, like I said before, literally every inch of track space matters right now. 1 singular bonus point could wind up being the difference between him being on top or Kincaid being on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyle Kleiman, can't say enough about that kid. Bonsaiing off the Polaris flyaway. Just driving it in deep. You watch how he's coming in there. He's all crossed up.
Winter's having some problems. Kleiman barely able to get by cleanly. That's going to put Kleiman out front.
Boy,
exactly
Kleiman,
where he wants to be.
Boy, Kyle Kleiman, Shane, he just hit the right or the left vent side of Corey Winter. That could have been devastating.
And if Kleiman can stay out front and win this race, it doesn't matter where Keegan Kincaid finishes. Kleiman would be your points champion. So now he's in control of his own destiny here in Pro 2.
Yeah, and I'm sure Keegan knows that he's sitting back there. He knows where Kleiman is. He needs to get around Mickey Thomas to have a shot at this thing at that mandatory competition caution. But we're so early into this one. There's a lot of laps left as Kleiman. He's going to just try to check out on the field.
Yeah, and we know that Keegan Kincaid and his dad Jeff, a multiple-time pro light champion, they know all the scenarios. They know exactly where Keegan has to finish to lock this thing up. And 3rd place right now is not going to cut it. So Kincaid, he's going to have to stay on the charge throughout this whole race. There is no time for him to even breathe right now.
Absolutely. Still have climbing out front. Mickey Thomas now running in second. Here comes Keegan Kincaid trying to drive it in deep into the gravel pit. Look at climbing. Mickey Thomas.
Yeah,
just
Thomas.
finessing that throttle.
Thomas right now trying to play spoiler on our points championship hunt here. As you saw, Cody Gill was pulled off to the side there. It's a tough break for him.
Yeah, not a good day for Cody Gill as we go back up front.
Thomas picked up that big win yesterday in round 9. Also scored a win back at Dirt City Motorplex in Lena a few rounds ago. So he's no stranger to mixing it up with these other two fellas that are leading the points chase.
Yeah, look at Keegan Kincaid. He's trying to widen his turns out a little bit to get a good run off that bottom open. Looks like the Mystic Blue Ride of Mickey Thomas having a little issue going through Argonne Loop. There's Bobby Brand in that 43. A good run for Bob Brand.
Yeah, he's shown some speed before as well. Running all by himself there in 4th. That's a really good showing for Bob Brand. Of course, if you've been around this sport a while, you recognize that last name. His parents, Chuck and Gail Brand, were very dedicated racers back in the 90s.
Kyle Kleiman coming back through Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. Mickey Thomas still in second, Keegan Kincaid in third. And look at Kleiman just tiptoeing his way through. The track really starting to dry out. We were talking before this race, and we said, hey, the speeds are really going to pick up now.
And for Keegan Kincaid sitting in third, he's watching Thomas put some pressure on Kleiman. Right now, Mickey Thomas's biggest fan is Keegan Kincaid, because if Thomas can steal that number 1 spot back, that really does Kincaid a huge favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Keegan really wishes that he could maybe have radio contact with Thomas and be like, hey, can we make something work out of this? Kleiman, he says different. He wants to run away and try to get away from these guys in that Kenna Tires ride. He's won multi-time champions in the Pro Light class, a lot of wins. I think he's like 19 for 24 in Pro Light. That is some kind of record. The kid can drive. He's from Wilson, Michigan, really close to Bark River, where we normally go on the circuit. He loves that track, loves to be in Crandon, and he's doing what he needs to do to stay out front.
Yeah, points battle between 2 second-generation drivers, both sons of off-road racing champions. So the rivalries run deep here in Champ Off-Road.
Absolutely. Their father, Mark Kleiman, I was actually on his pit crew at one time as a young kid. Got to wash the body panels. He won a lot of championships, so it just keeps on going down the line and seeing the legacy these guys have and just keep handing it down to their kids. As Kyle Kleiman, I'll tell you, I use it a lot, but he never disappoints. A kid, just watch him. He's trying to find the fast line.
Yeah, that Kenda Tires truck, that's a Mike Van Den Heuvel truck, and he's got Mikey working for him as well. So when you look at both of those pit crews, just the amount of knowledge and expertise that these guys have, it's no wonder that they're running first and second in points.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Van Den Heuvel's won races with that truck in
won
a
a
championship. Yeah, exactly. As Kyle Kleiman backing it into the finish line turn, and his goals are really to get into the Pro 4 class as we come to that mandatory competition caution. Had an opportunity to talk with him. He said it's more of my driving style. He loves to back a car in, loves to keep that horsepower down, so it'll be interesting to see where Kleiman goes and if he can get a championship here this afternoon.
Good, strong run for Kyle Kleiman in the first half, so Kleiman picks up those 2 bonus points. You want to set up some drama, Brent? Keegan Kincaid, 176 points. Kyle Kleiman, 175 points. At this point, literally, whichever of those 2 drivers finishes ahead of the other, that is your champion for 2020.
Yes,
this is what we wanted to see coming into this morning.
Absolutely. We're going to check in with Haley Shanley. Haley, man, the heat is starting to rise here at Crandon.
Things are heating up, that's for sure. This has been our flagship battle for this division for Pro 2 all season long. It's been come down to Keegan Kincaid and Kyle Kleiman. Kyle Kleiman, he looked so great yesterday. His fastest lap of the day clocked in at a half a second faster than the second quickest car on track. He was also coming into the weekend 7 points behind points leader, your 2019 Brush Run champion and Class Pro 2 champion, Keegan Kincaid. Great points run for him yesterday. Keegan with 1 win on the season, numerous podiums. catching up with him earlier this weekend. He says here at Crandon, he just feels comfortable. He also said, mind you, yesterday we were running that short track today on the full course. We're going day racing once again. He said his truck is best set up for this full track. So expect to see him running up front like you are here and continuing to challenge for that lead.
Thank you very much, Haley. Yeah, you can't say enough, like I said, about Kyle Kleiman. He's a young kid, very, very smart, has a good background, has a good crew, and that's what it takes. There's no I in team. We say it all the time, and that Cannon Tires ride, he's going to be one to watch in this second half, but keep your eye on the vision wheel back
Kleiman
forward.
and Kincaid, both great ambassadors of the sport, both very sportsmanship-oriented competitors. They have a ton of respect for one another, and they love racing one another. So get on your feet, Crandon. We've got a Pro 2 points champion to decide here. Whichever of those two drivers crosses the line first will be your points champion.
Boy, what a nice restart by
Look at
Kyle
Brand.
Kleiman. Look at Bobby Brand. Bobby Brand takes that third place spot away. This is huge for Keegan Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid's got to go now and start making some moves really quickly on Brand. Bob Brand out of nowhere contending for a podium now.
Look at Kincaid. He's trying to go all the way across the bottom to secure that spot again.
Not a lot of traction down there. It's still going to be Brand in third.
Wow,
What a
kudos
move
to
for
Brand.
Bob Brand right now.
Look at Kincaid. Kincaid's going to go back on the bottom. He's feathering that throttle, trying to do the slide job. Here comes Brand right back.
This is doing Kincaid no favors right now. Kincaid just about got a 2-for-1 deal, pushed out a little bit wide, and Brand with a good physical but clean pass took that spot back.
Yeah, that was perfectly said. It was physical but clean. Here comes Keegan back. He might give him a little love tap, trying to get by him. He's shoving him out. He can't waste all this time. He needs to get to Kleiman.
The Keegan Kincaid is racing against the clock as much as anything else right now. He's got to get some ground back on Kleiman.
Well, here we go. They're side by side coming into the Cowboy corner. He shoved him out of the line, said, hey, I want that spot back.
We'll find out. Brand has a run up the inside. There's more contact. Finally, Kincaid able to get clear as Brand got pushed out into the wet grass.
Bobby Brand really having one heck of a run. Looks like Corey Winter now going to try to challenge Keegan Kincaid coming through Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1.
Back out front, it's still Kleiman. He's got about 8 car lengths now. Well, now down to about 5 car lengths on Mickey Thomas.
The track really starting to go away after the barn turn. We're actually starting to see blue groove. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's
After
getting a
all the rain.
little bit of slick down on the inside of these corners. Kleiman running the cushion there through the gravel pit. Winter's still putting a lot of pressure on Kincaid, but you know Kincaid's not worried about anything going on behind him. He's got to move forward if he wants to get this points title.
Yeah, the laps are definitely going to start to wind down very, very shortly.
Kleiman pushed out a little bit wide in Calamity Corner. That's going to let Mickey Thomas gain some ground.
Yeah, Kyle Kleiman still out front. Thomas second, Kincaid third. Remember that points battle. Shane said at the halfway point it was only 1 point. Whoever finishes out front of one another is going to win the 2020 title. And right now, Shane, it looks like Kyle Kleiman just dialed right in.
Yeah, just about 2.5 laps left to go here at Crandon International. Kleiman has about 5 truck lengths on Mickey Thomas.
So cool to watch him lock it up. The car actually comes from underneath them. They go right before they turn left. And now it's a flat-out drag race going by what was our starting line in this Pro 2 race. Still Kyle Kleiman coming into turn number 1. Still out front. Then it's Mickey Thomas, Keegan Kincaid, your top 3. Then Corey Winter and Bob Brand still in 5th.
Kincaid is absolutely laying it all out right now. We're inside of 3 laps to go here in Pro 2 in our finale round.
Boy, Kyle Kleiman, he hit that cushion pretty hard after the barn turn, so that tells me that track is getting really, really slippery. And these Pro 2s, they really need to depend on that cushion. They're not like a Pro 4. They don't get any help with that front-wheel drive.
Kleiman still setting the pace, stretching it now over Mickey Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas still in second, but about 5-6 car lengths behind as a green flag. Still out that time by 2 to go. So Kleiman, can he get the job done? As you see, Thomas still in second. Kincaid still on our board in third. But can the Tires just finessing their way through Argonne turn once again? Boy, Kleiman, he's really put the statement down
little bit extra. I mean, he's already given it 110%, but with the track going away, as Thomas having some problems.
This could be the wish and hope for Keegan, though, if he can get that spot. But, man, Thomas just drives away. So Kyle Kleiman one more time. Remember, 2 laps ago, coming into Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. Still Kleiman well out front. They're all pretty much gapped out the same.
Yeah, you got to give some love to Mickey Thomas. Won yesterday and trying to make it 2 podiums here at Crandon. Good, strong finishing weekend here to the 2020 season for Mickey Thomas if he can hold on.
Watch Kyle Kleiman. He enters into this gravel pit. Yeah, you got finesse and just stay right in that right rear, right up on that cushion. That's where you got to be.
Park that right rear on the berm and then come down for an inside exit from the gravel pit. Flying about 140 feet over that Polaris flyaway jump. And here it is. He's going to take the white flag. 1 lap to go here in Pro 2. Championship on the line here in Champ Off-Road.
Man, this is the last lap. If you're in that driver's seat, you're hearing everything going on in that truck. You're listening to that motor sing and just like, come on, baby, give me one more lap for this 2020 title at 42. Just skating around there like a ballet dance. Just carrying that speed going in the back section.
One last time into Cowboy Corner. Kleiman pitches the truck in.
Yeah, he's just
looking
doing a
smooth
nice
through
job.
there. Again, parks that right rear tire on the cushion. He's in control.
Like I said before, he had over 17 plus wins in Pro Light. He moved to Pro 2 and quite a few people going, man, it's a different game. He's showing them, hey, I can play the same game as Keegan Kincaid, Corey Winter, Bobby Brand, and a host of others as he flies off the barn jump and there's not many turns to go.
Yeah, just about 2 corners to go after he gets through the turn number 2 up by the barn there. Kleiman still hitting all his marks.
All 4 tires look to still be inflated nicely. Watch, I love how it just stays up on that cushion. And watch it gradually come back down to the bottom and get a good exit, man. 1 turn to go. Can Kyle Kleiman win the championship here in Champ Off-Road?
He woke up
final right-hander.
He woke up this morning. He knew it would take a win to steal this points championship away from Kincaid. Checkered flag is out, and Kyle Kleiman takes the win and steals the points championship in the final round from Keegan Kincaid.
Kudos to Kyle Kleiman in that Cannon Tires back Ponzi 42. He is going to be one happy race car driver. Not only did he steal the points championship, he won the final race of the year.
Yeah, you can't end a season on a higher note than that. And catch my breath for a second here, but like I said, between him and Keegan Kincaid, how much more drama you couldn't have written a better storybook ending to this season.
No,
with half a race to go, they're 1 lap apart, or excuse me, 1 point apart with half the race to go. 2 drivers that are bitter rivals on the track and have a ton of respect for one another off the track.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what's cool. You put Keegan Kincaid or Kyle Kleiman side by side, they'll rarely touch fenders. They know how to drive. They know how to carry their speed. As there's our Forest County Potawatomi brush run results. Kleiman, Thomas, Kincaid.
It never disappoints. We had so many good battles throughout the season here in Pro 2. Keegan Kincaid, our 3rd place finisher today, one of our local connections. Keegan, I know how badly you wanted this one and you let it all hang out there on track. Give us your initial thoughts on this one.
Yeah, there's something that we can control, and that's weather. And we've gotten too unfortunate, not a track that's prime for racing, but it is what it is. That's part of it, and we gave it our all. We threw a setup at the truck, and it just didn't quite work. Congrats to Kyle. It was fun all year. I mean, that's been the fun battles that I enjoy, and I look forward to it next year. But I can't thank Vision Wheel, Cooper Tire, Amsoil, all my guys. They've been putting a lot of work into this, and Ryan from Langlade Ford, and a lot of these guys dedicate time, even on teams like us. Kyle, it's a lot of volunteers, and it takes a lot of work to get here.
Congratulations on the podium finish. This is Keegan Kincaid in 3rd. And Mickey Thomas, yesterday's winner, comes across in 2nd today. Mickey, perhaps carrying some momentum from yesterday, carrying that speed into today. You stayed so consistent and you weren't going to let him run away with this one. So tell me, what was it taking to maintain that pace?
Yeah, I think we have a really good truck this weekend. I think Kyle just had a little more than us on the exit of the corners. So we're going to work on something for tonight's race and see if we can find some of that speed. But really happy with how my truck's been this whole weekend. Just got to thank Mystic Lubricants, Maxxis Tires, everybody else, the crew, my family. It's been a good weekend so far, and hopefully we have another good Cup race.
We'll see you back out here shortly. This is Mickey Thomas in second. And finessing that cushion all the way to a win and claiming his first Pro 2 championship in the final round, Kyle Kleiman. Kyle, a race like that, a championship that came down to the final round. What is going through your mind right now?
Honestly, we've been in this position before with the Pro Light Championship, so it was kind of funny that we were in it again. And you know, all these guys out here are super fast. Anybody can take it at any given day. So hats off to all those guys that keep pushing everybody to get faster and faster here in the Midwest. And you know, I just tried to keep it cool. I needed a good start, and we came out pretty good. Mickey was running good and made a little bobble, and we were able to get by. So you know, that was a crazy race with the weather conditions and everything. I think the track crew did pretty well for everything that they're throwing at. Huge hats off to everybody that's gotten here today. My family, my dad started all this, so you know, I got to give him a lot of credit for everything that he's done for me. So thank you, you know, Kenda, Ponzi, Paltry Wheels, Pro Power, ATD, everybody else out there that you know, supports me, Dynamic, JP. Man, this is a crazy day. You know, I'm super pumped to be up here. I'm super thankful. So hats off to my crew, my family, my fiance, Mikey, for helping us out. You know, really dialing this truck in. So thank you guys, everybody, the fans. It's going to be a good night.
Well, you have that gold medal. Let me hand you some more hardware here. This is Kyle Kleiman, your winner here this afternoon for Pro 2 and your 2020 Pro 2 champion.
As you look at our lineup from Swamico, Wisconsin, CJ Greaves will start on the inside pole. Then all the way from Alabama, the number 99 of Kyle LeDuc. As well from Swamico, Wisconsin, the Monster Energy backed number 22 of Johnny Greaves. So LeDuc, Greaves are going to have one kind of show down to turn number 1.
Yeah, you look alongside Johnny Greaves there as we're moving down the line. That number 15, he's from Elk River. It's the Yokohama Tires truck of Andrew Carlson. And my goodness, Carlson and Johnny Greaves got into one another a few times last night, so maybe some of that drama spills into today as well. Alongside Carlson from San Diego, California, it's the number 11 of the Wild Man, Adrian Cheney. In the number 91, he's from Millersport, Ohio. It's the Can-Am Maxxis truck of Kyle Cheney. In the number 44, starting in 7th, he's all the way from Conyers, Georgia. The United Rentals Toyota is Jimmy Henderson. He found his way onto the podium after a wild one last night as well. And rounding out the 8-truck field, the Rival Motorsports Can-Am XPS truck number 26 is Scottie Lawrence.
700 plus horsepower, 4-wheel drive monsters ready to take this green flag here in Pro 4, round number 10. As you look, they're on the Steelage starting line. Face Density's up in the flag tower at any time. Like we said before, it's between anywhere from 1 to 5 seconds that he'll throw it, so I guarantee he switches it up race after race.
Yeah, getting a start here at Crandon, being out front is so critical to your success later on in the race. You don't want to have to, like we saw with Keegan Kincaid, he struggled with some traffic, didn't get a great start, and it might have made all the difference for him. So these starts are so important.
Absolutely, Shane Fay is up in the tower. That red box about to go away. They're going to throw it to yellow. Watch anytime he's going to throw the green flag. Here we go. Pro 4, Kyle LeDuc is just going to chill out and make sure he took the green flag. So a different strategy by him and Trad. Now I can guarantee you, he took that green flag. He's going to take off and try to make this a war.
CJ Greaves gets the whole shot out front. Johnny Greaves second. Carlson, Cheney, and Cheney rounding out your early top 5.
Yeah, smart move by Kyle LeDuc. He wanted to make sure he secured that points championship. As Johnny Greaves now out front, CJ in second. Or actually, I'll reverse that. CJ up front, Johnny in second. That's Andrew Carlson in third. No, look at Cheney.
Yeah, Cheney just about went all the way around there. Down Cheney is going to move up into that 4th spot, at least for for a moment. Cheney pushed off the track as well. Carlson running in third. And look at these two guys that found one another, Brent. Johnny Greaves and Andrew Carlson battling for position.
Yeah, absolutely. Early on in this Pro 4 race, things are going to get interesting here. Remember, these guys really got to just keep their equipment together. They want to run in that Governor's Cup here later on this afternoon. That's why we're running these races so early, Shane.
Yeah, like we said earlier, a little bit of a schedule shuffle here on every Sunday at Crandon with cup races at the end of the day. Up front, CJ Greaves trying to end his season on a high note.
Just listen to those Toyotas just screaming down the back straightaway, heading back towards Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. Still CJ Greaves well out in front. Johnny Greaves in second, Andrew Carlson in third as we go on board with our drone shot. Alex always doing a wonderful job staying with these drivers. Not an easy job if you ask me.
CJ Greaves, we were talking a little bit ago, Brent. He suffered an eye injury yesterday, not a critical eye injury, but he's got a lot of swelling, so he's dealing with having a hard time seeing out of his right eye.
Yeah, we talk about vision being huge. I mean, we've seen it in round 9 with the mud playing a huge factor. He got a rock pebbled in his face, so he's definitely seeing out of about a one-eye situation.
But he's in control of this one right now and starting to stretch the lead over his dad just a little bit as they go into the Argonne Loop. About 10 truck lengths. It's CJ, Johnny, and Carlson.
Yeah, you watch Johnny Greaves, he's just finessing that throttle going through Argonne turn. CJ now really opening up this gap. Remember, we have that mandatory competition caution flag. As you see a glimpse of Kyle LeDuc, who just took it easy in this first half. Remember, he only had to take the green flag to clinch the 2020 championship here at Champ Off-Road.
As they come back down into turn 1. CJ Greaves, that Monster Energy Toyota, running out front, starting to run away even more now from Johnny Greaves and Andrew Carlson. That's the best battle on the race course. Those two drivers got a little bit heated, a little physical on the race course last night in round number 9.
Yeah, Johnny, he was really pushing his way through in round number 9. He looked to get all the body panels back on overnight. Today is definitely a new day as they head into the gravel pit. Andrew Carlson still hanging it out, running the cushion. As that number 15 Yokohama Tire truck just doing his thing. Here comes Kyle LeDuc now, trying to move Henderson out of the way.
Yeah, that's the battle for 4th, so LeDuc making quick work of some of the other competitors in this Pro 4 field. Already got the championship locked up unofficially, but running in the top 5 here in round 10.
Yeah, Kyle just taking his time. He knows that competition caution will be coming up here shortly. So he's just trying to get around Henderson if he can, and then he'll get a shot at Carlson and the Greaves.
Gonna try running the outside on Henderson. All the way out to the cushion goes Kyle LeDuc. Not a ton of traction once he bounced over the top of that cushion like he did, but he made it work.
Absolutely, he got the pass done. Now he's coming back into Cowboy turn, and watch, he just rotates it so early. I've seen CJ doing that as well. In Pro 4s, it's really nice. Once you get the back end of that truck to rotate, you point it and it'll go there.
Coming back into turn 1, LeDuc stretching that gap between himself and Henderson. LeDuc looking ahead. He's got a long way to go to catch up with Carlson. Like we said, LeDuc just hung back on the start to stay out of the mayhem, stay out of trouble, and clinch that championship.
Yeah, and he's just going to put some laps in that number 99 Monster Energy Toyota Tires back WD-40 ride.
Yeah, and you know with the championship locked up for him unofficially again, that he wants to save that truck for that Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup, because you can't do anything better than win a championship and then take home the big paycheck for the cup race.
Yeah, absolutely. Things will get interesting definitely in this second half, but he's going to just be taking notes. As well as CJ Greaves, he's out front. It might seem that he's really running 120%. He's really fast, but I guarantee he's just holding a little bit back. He knows he's maintaining a good gap, and he's just looking at these lines. Okay, how's his track going to keep coming apart for this cup race later on today? Because remember, you're a Pro 4, you got to come through all the Pro 2s.
Greaves now right around 5 seconds ahead of the rest of this field. Carlson, though, is reeling in Johnny Greaves.
Andrew Carlson, that Yokohama Tires 4, doing what he needs to do as we look back up on board of CJ Greaves. There's that battle right here. Here comes Carlson. Carlson trying to get all over the back door of Scooter Greaves. Here we go.
Yeah, little mistake there by Carlson. He's going to yield some track position to Johnny Greaves, but still within about 1.5 truck lengths as they head down into the Polaris gravel pit.
Greaves really has some issues going up into that cushion. That shows you how this track just keeps going apart as they bang up against that berm.
Carlson flying about 150 feet over the Polaris jump there.
Yeah, that's crazy how much airtime they get. The green flag's still out as we go underneath the point finish line.
And it's tough to appreciate without actually seeing it first-person view, but when you're flying up the back of that jump, it's blind. You have no idea what's on the other side. You kind of have to use one of the power poles and just aim for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're flat out, too. They make their spots. They make their runs wherever they can. But like you said, they'll pick something out so they can see it ahead of time. As you look at Johnny Greaves still maintaining that gap as he pulled a little bit of away from Andrew Carlson, who's having some issues turning that truck.
Yeah, Carlson, the last time in the gravel pit, and you saw it right there in Cowboy Corner, having some issues getting the truck to rotate on entry of these corners.
I don't know, maybe something gone wrong with the front wheel drive on the Carlson Motorsports ride. We'll have to wait and see. He really is having some issues going around these turns. Here's CJ Greaves, remember, pretty much driving this Pro 4 with one eye. There's back
Yeah, fully pitched there in the gravel pit. I mentioned it last night. He's got maybe the best car control of any driver in the Champ Off-Road Series. Just constantly in control. You never see any sawing back and forth on the wheel. It's very controlled, very smooth as we reach our halfway caution.
Yeah, things should definitely start to get interesting here as we go. 5 laps in, 5 laps to go. There goes Kyle LeDuc, Andrew Carlson ahead of him. Then you have the Greaves. So we'll see what shakes out in this second half. CJ, he looks really, really fast, but I can guarantee you he wasn't giving it all.
Yeah, he actually stretched himself out there to a really nice lead in that first half. This is going to give Carlson another shot at Johnny Greaves, but look who's right behind Carlson. It's our friend Kyle LeDuc.
Yeah, absolutely, Kyle. He's not done yet, but he doesn't want to take a chance to wreck that truck, though, at the same time, because he still has that 27th annual Community Cup coming up later this afternoon as we're going to go down trackside once again. Haley, what do you have for us?
Yeah, if we take a look back to yesterday on that, going into turn 1, there was bumping and banging, and the drama and contact did not stop there. You saw that ensue throughout yesterday's Pro 4 finish. Well, a couple things go into that. You've heard drivers talk about how these trucks can take just about anything you throw at them. And catching up with current points leader and our unofficial 2020 he says he has not played the points game this year. He is focused on race by race, and even though he has that points championship locked down, he's not about to take it easy and settle for anything less than a win, even if we do have one more race to go this afternoon. So pay close attention, buckle up for this restart.
Thank you very much, Haley, and we'll definitely buckle up. It's going to get very, very hot and heavy in this top 4, and Carlson maybe having some steering issues going on in that Yokohama tire ride. He was really having a hard time turning it into the corner.
Yeah, and it's like Haley read our minds just at the same time she was bringing up that point about how she expects to see Kyle LeDuc turn up the intensity here in the second half. We were saying just about the exact same thing, that he's got his championship locked up. He does want to preserve that truck for the Community Cup later on this afternoon, but he also really likes to win these races, so you know that he's going to, right out of the gates here, threaten Andrew Carlson.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to keep Kyle LeDuc tied down. We'll see what he has up his sleeve. We're going to go back. Green flag racing right now. It's Greaves, Carlson, LeDuc, your top 4. CJ Greaves with a nice restart. Carlson might want to prove us wrong.
Oh, look at Carlson go up the inside there on Johnny Greaves. He's going to move him over.
And here
Physical
comes Kyle
play.
LeDuc. Kyle LeDuc, look at that.
More
Johnny never
contact.
staying off the back side of him.
Johnny Greaves takes contact from Carlson and from Kyle LeDuc. Gotta feel like that is not quite yet decided as LeDuc got into Carlson.
That is absolutely what happened. Greaves just come and just slammed into LeDuc.
LeDuc and Greaves both parked side by side. Not the way we wanted to see that fight end in this one.
Absolutely, you seen that coming. Greaves just came in all hot and heavy, didn't even turn really, and just slammed in the side of LeDuc, stubbing that truck. As we go back up front to CJ Greaves.
Yeah, Carlson. What a great aggressive move there by Carlson to get around Johnny Greaves down in the gravel pit. So maybe Carlson does have something here for CJ. So we're going to take a look at this replay. And Brent, you know, Johnny was a little bit upset about how he got played by those two drivers. And unfortunately, you know, LeDuc was trying to make an aggressive move there on Carlson. Obviously, Johnny Greaves coming in very aggressive. And I think there was about 3 trucks going for 2 trucks worth of space there, and that's unfortunate for the 2 Monster Energy trucks of Kyle LeDuc and Johnny Greaves.
Yeah, it's hard to commit, but you do have a brake pedal on these trucks, so sometimes you just got to use your brake. As we come out of the gravel pit with CJ Greaves.
That's going to move Kyle Cheney up into 3rd. Ending to Kyle Cheney's first full year here in Pro 4.
We'll see if John Greaves can stay on the race lap pace. Something definitely wrong with him. He looks like he's out of our top 5, maybe in 4th spot right now, but CJ Greaves just playing it so smart, so fast. Can't say enough about that kid. He'll drive right through you. Very, very clean throughout the race. He really just wants to win every race possible. I had an opportunity. He was actually on my headset back in Super Stock Truck, and he just came up to me and my brother and said, "Hey, can I help you out? Why wouldn't you let CJ direct you around a track?"
Well, he's doing a tremendous job of directing himself around the track here. Stretching his lead now over Carlson. A little bit anticlimactic for our points battle here in Pro 4 in round number 10, but like we expected, a little bit of drama again here in round number 10 among some of the other drivers.
You see Cheney now moves up to 3rd spot, so a good run for Kyle Cheney. As you look at Carlson, still running in 2nd. Greaves just pinching it into the gravel pit one more time as laps start to wind down here in round number 10.
Yeah, 3 laps to go here in our Pro 4 finale. And LeDuc still making some really strong laps here, but missing a whole bunch of body panels. Go ahead, Brent.
Yeah, he definitely sheared off all those panels coming through the field. Definitely going to have to put a brand new body on that truck. Everything looks to be A-OK for that Cup race. Speaking of A-OK, look at Kyle Cheney. He's doing a phenomenal job now moving in the podium position.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to dodge all the other mayhem and keep your nose clean, so to speak. And Kyle Cheney's done a fantastic job of that. Sometimes just being a little bit more patient and being a little bit more measured in your decision making, like Kyle Cheney is, that can really pay off.
Boy, Kyle LeDuc has really used up the body panels here this weekend. All that fiberglass just sheared right off. That hood, there's not much left of it as he comes back to Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. Flat out, pedal to the metal, trying to hunt down our leaders. But CJ Greaves is well out front, Shane.
Yeah, he's really gapped out over that guy right there, Andrew Carlson, and at number 15, the Yokohama FXR truck. Greaves pitching it into Calamity Corner there. Should be 2 laps to go this time past the flag stand.
Oh,
white
actually,
flag
white
is out.
flag. Yeah, white flag comes out, Shane. So one more time around for CJ Greaves. There's Kyle LeDuc in the 99.
Yeah, still shredding, shredded body, just shedding those body panels.
Trying to just work his way up to the best possible finish here to end the 2020 points championship. Carlson doing a good job in that FXR ride. And boy CJ, he looks really, really fast. He's going to be someone to beat there in that cup race later on today.
Yeah, he'll be carrying a lot of momentum into that Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup race.
Coming into Forest County Potawatomi, turn number one final time. We are on the white flag lap here in Pro 4. Just tiptoeing his way through the heading towards the gravel pit. Off that little roller jump, such a cool camera shot. Watch how he just backs it in. The back end coming out right underneath him. That's in that throttle with about one turn to go, Shane.
Yeah, he's been in control of this one for a long time. All the chaos happened behind him and it just played right into his hands. Checkered flag is out. The final Pro 4 race of 2020. CJ Greaves will take the win. Like we said, though, no shortage of drama again here in Pro 4. Carlson will be second. And tip of the hat here, Kyle Cheney. I believe that's his first ever podium in Pro 4.
A good run by Kyle Cheney. Leduc will come across 15 seconds back in fourth. Looks like Henderson running in fifth still as we speak, still trying to line up his lap, but there's your top three.
Your top three and your unofficial 2020 Pro 4 points champion.
Kyle Leduc, your 7th Pro 4 championship, 8 championships overall to your credit. You came out to the Midwest here, you made a big statement in this one. Tell me, what are your initial thoughts following this championship?
Man, I'm blown away. This one's gonna mean the most. There was a lot of animosity and pressure to come in here and do well, and I was excited to come here and race with these guys. And we had a great year. The team did let me down. Literally no DNFs. I crashed the thing once. And a reliable truck that is always insanely lightning fast is what I need to win races. And Trad does that for me and the crew that help. And just the support from my family and the sponsors, obviously, Monster, Toyo, WD-40, King Shocks, K&N. Those companies are the ones that believe in me. And we had a great year. It better go better next year or I won't come back. That crash and stuff has to stop. So I know you fans don't like seeing you enjoy seeing the chaos, but that crash and stuff's got to stop. So I'm over it, and I got the #1 plate, and I am beyond stoked for my family, my friends, and all my team.
Congrats to you and the team. Congratulations on the Pro 4 2020 championship. This is Kyle Leduc.
Choose to have a shot at winning because they definitely are the underdogs. Oh, we're about to go racing here in Pro Stock side by side, and there we go.
Yeah, that green flag flies. We don't waste any time. CJ Greaves looks to be on the bottom side. He's going to pull hole shot.
4 wide as they come through turn 1. Holcher, Letourneau, Luber, and Loire were 4 wide for a moment. That gets dicey down there. Let's see if they can make it all the way through turn 2 cleanly. Looks good for our leaders.
Remember in round 9, Todd Leduc actually took the win. As you see him in the field, he's actually running Jack Letourneau's car. In that number 97 right there, right by Luberg, a little contact. Loire as well. Trying to hold on to that spot. There's your top 4 right on your screen.
CJ having an absolutely dominant year here in Pro Stock. Already had the championship clinched after yesterday's race, so just out there trying to notch off one more win here on a great season in Pro Stock. He's in control over Holcher right now.
John Holger, the young race car driver, in that 44 HPI ride, driving just about everything here in the Midwest, just trying to pack his stats, trying to become the best driver possible. Now he's trying to hunt down CJ Greaves early on into this one. There's Luberg in that number 7, and Todd Leduc looks to be right behind him.
You can see there's a nice cushion out there in that Polaris gravel pit, but you go a little bit outside that, it is still pretty chunky and pretty loose out there.
Yeah, you want to stay on that race line, Shane. You hit that perfectly. You don't want to get outside too far, inside too far, because you get hung up, and that can cost you your race.
We'll see how far that cushion moves throughout this race and moving it as we look ahead to that Community Cup race later on. But up front, CJ Greaves, the Monster Energy Yamaha. having a great run again. As
We got to
trouble
go
there.
around.
Looks like it might be the number 19 of Matt Wood. Actually, it's a 29, Kyle Booster, so trouble for him.
On board with CJ Greaves in that number red plate 33 ride.
Yeah, you'll get to keep the red plate for next year as well.
He's just so smart. He knows where to go on the track. He can give him just about any facility. He'll figure it out and be one of the quickest to figure that out on the race weekend as he's coming back into Calamity Corner. One more time, you see the tractor's done a fine job. Those bumps and that going into the finish line turn look to be pretty perfect now. And here comes Leduc. Leduc making his way around Jason Newberg.
Yeah, Todd Leduc saw the opportunity there. Luberg kind of left the door open, and Leduc took him by surprise.
Yeah, Jeremy Houle there in the 54X now trying to get a piece of Luberg in that number 7 as they go off the barn jump. Leduc just out front of the 7, going through the barn turn again, like I said, now heading in this long, long straightaway.
Nose to tail racing. Leduc, Luberg, and Houle. Couple different line choices. Luberg trying to stick down to that inside. Maybe play some defense on Houle, but he left the door open a little bit again. That time he slams the door, and Houle had to check up for a moment. Now here comes Loire into the mix.
Yeah, Loire making that pass stick on that inside. We'll see their side-by-side coming in Calamity turn. Yeah, he just moves Houle out of the way, takes that spot back, and there's Todd Leduc. Round 9 winner, first time in a side-by-side race. And he took the checkered flag first under the lights.
Brent, we're seeing some more physical racing just like we did last night in round number 9. So I see Houle trying to go alongside of Loire, trying to win that spot back. Luberg, for his part, staying on the back bumper of Leduc.
Todd Leduc in that 97 Speedworks ride, just trying to finesse his way through. Going around some slower traffic. Going to that inside, clearing them very nicely, as well as Luberg. Loire now in 5th. As we're coming to Calamity turn one more time, and we've seen so much action go on in that finish line turn. It gets so tight through there.
That battle raging on between Todd Leduc and Jason Luberg. Back up front, though, CJ Greaves stretching it out a little bit over John Holter. 2 Yamahas leading the rest of this field around this race course.
Yeah, John Holter, he's still running CJ Greaves' pace. Just about 7-8 car lengths off, but maybe he's just trying to just pick his lines, figure out where he's quicker. He knows if he follows CJ, he's finding the right way around.
Saw Holter catch a little bit of a hole down there in the gravel pit. That's one we'll have to keep an eye on. Sometimes those holes can sort of spring up out of nowhere. Just over the course of a couple laps, you can develop a very severe hole that can really upset these cars, especially these UTVs.
Yeah, you always have to be searching. If you're CJ Greaves up there, you know a lot of cars are on the track. He's going to that inside. He's always searching for the fast line. It definitely changes. We say it a lot. He's an ex-motocross racer. He knows how to pick his spots on any facility he shows up at. So watch as CJ Greaves just going to try to run away from John Holter in this first half. But remember, we have that mandatory competition caution. We'll re-rack, restack everyone.
Haven't seen any mistakes so far out of Greaves running up front. Using that pole position start to his benefit. Just outran everybody down the front straightaway on our start.
Good look at Gabe Johnson in that number 25 race driven Snowdog snowplow ride. Here comes CJ Greaves, going to put him a lap down as they come to that mandatory competition caution. Man, all Greaves right now.
Yeah, 6 laps in the books, and it's been all CJ Greaves right from the drop of the green flag. Strong run by Holter in second, but he was falling off of Greaves' pace a little bit there at the end of that first half. Todd Leduc is 3rd. Luberg is 4th. Then it's Houle, Loire, Waz, Tesmer, and a whole lot more.
It'll be interesting to see if Todd Leduc can make any kind of move in the gravel pit on this restart. But CJ Greaves has been so strong. John Holger, that 44 HBI ride has been just as strong as CJ. Just a little bit off the pace, not far. Maybe he has something up his sleeve this second half. We'll have to wait and see.
we have the third member of our team, Haley Shanley, once again standing down trackside. Haley, what do you have for us?
Time and time again today and all weekend long, really. It's really come down to one final turn, that last lap, Calamity Corner, that final turn before the finish line. Here's why. Talking to so many drivers, I was catching up with CJ and Jason, and they had said that that last corner, there are two lines there. Of course, we're seeing wide racing top to bottom, so pros and cons to both. But you want to run that high side. You can really take in that momentum. You're finding so much more speed there, but the big con to that, you are leaving that bottom side wide open, and we've seen numerous times today that someone has snuck by on that last corner to take the win. So keep a close eye on that. I would not be surprised if it comes down to Calamity Corner again in this one.
Thanks, Haley. And Brent, she's absolutely right. We saw even in this race, Luberg left that inside line open, and that's how Todd LeDuc stole away third place. So you have to really be mindful of what cars are around you, and you expose that inside, leave yourself vulnerable. You can lose a spot there.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to play the protected role, and sometimes it's not where you want to go. Sometimes you just have to hold on to that spot, and we'll have to see here in this second half if CJ Greaves can hold on to this one, but he has a lot of heavy hitters behind him as we're going to reset this field once again. Greaves, Holger, Todd LeDuc, Luberg, Jeremy Houle, your top six, and here we go. Boy, LeDuc, he waited way back. We'll have to see if Todd LeDuc can button up to these top two. He does not want to give them enough room so they can run away. But boy, look at John Holger. He ain't going anywhere.
Holger turning up the heat on Greaves as they go into the Polaris gravel pit. Greaves goes down to the inside, got on the bike a little bit. That's going to let Holger get a run. Not a lot of room to make that move on the inside, and that's going to let LeDuc button back up to Holger now.
Yeah, here comes Todd LeDuc to the outside. Watch. He's going to try to do that crossover pass or maybe go the long way around. He does. Trying to stay on that cushion. They make contact. LeDuc to the inside, but cannot get that past the stick.
Yeah, LeDuc just ran out of forward bite there. Top five still just about nose to tail. Greaves, Holger, LeDuc still the top three. You've got Houle back there all over the back bumper of Luberg as well.
Yeah, I seen that. Luberg, he's still holding on to that spot. Trying to work his way up to these top three drivers. Here comes LeDuc again. Trying to work on Holger. Coming into the Polaris gravel pit, going about a half a line off.
Now Holger found that hole that upset CJ Greaves' car just one lap ago.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. We've seen it a lot, time and time again. You get into one of those deep ruts, you flip it upside down, your race could be over. As you see CJ, look at him just tiptoeing away around on that Luger on the bottom, right next to that K-rail.
Jeremy Houle is on the move now in that 54. He's gotten around the 7 of Luberg, who's dropped back a little bit here. Now Houle's going to the inside of LeDuc. Look at this second half charge by Jeremy Houle.
Yeah, Houle really trying to move his teammate out of the way. He's getting a little bit of a run through here. Todd LeDuc still holding on to that spot. Todd hits that cushion pretty hard. They're going to be side by side now. LeDuc looks to have a little bit of an advantage going into the gravel pit.
Yeah, Houle had to back off a little bit. He was running out of track on the inside. Houle's got to be careful because Luberg is not going away right now. Back up front, CJ Greaves now about 7 car lengths over the 44 of Holger.
Track really, really rough in Calamity Corner. Like Haley was saying, anything can happen through there. As Todd LeDuc still maintaining that third place final podium spot with some laps to go in this one in round number 10.
Yeah, that battle for third between those two Speedworks Trailer Arctic Cats. LeDuc filling in for Letourneau here, and then you've got Houle in that number 54. Seen each of those cars up on the podium a couple times each.
LeDuc still maintaining that spot. There's Jeremy Houle in that 54 Speedworks ride. Both those Arctic Cats showing a lot of speed, and those Yamahas right now, they're showing the way around here.
Here goes Houle looking down to the inside of LeDuc again in Calamity Corner.
Yeah, he really got on the binders. He doesn't want to tag his own teammate. That one looked good.
stolen that spot away. The Duke left the inside open as we've got one upside down. We'll try to sort out who that is when we get a moment.
Yeah,
and all I see out the window is just the absolute underside of the car.
Here comes Hool again. He's all over the back door. Looks how the Duke, he's going to try to go the long way around. Try to run that cushion, watch for the crossback pass. Well, the Duke, see, he just blocked that line. He knew he was going to do that.
Brent, I think I figured out who the upside down car is. I believe it's Robert Loire. And yes, it is the number 52 of Loire.
Man, Loire upside down in that Polaris.
I can only assume he caught that same hole that we've seen them go through. Maybe got a little bit upset and got tangled, so tough break for Loire. He was running up there in that lead pack.
Couple laps ago, that time by for CJ Greaves, and the battle is on the track right now, right in front of you. That is Todd LeDuc and Jeremy Hool in that 54 ride. Hool just trying everything, trying to get around him. Now he might try that inside. He tried going outside the last time in the gravel pit, and there he goes. Tries to do the switchback, but LeDuc, he can hear him back there.
Yeah, that's a great battle going on between those two Arctic cats. And both of those guys are keeping the pace right now with Johnny Holcher. Let's find out. LeDuc's going to expose the inside.
Yeah, LeDuc's just trying to widen that lane out because it's so rough on that bottom. He's trying to tiptoe his way through. He doesn't want to catch one of those ruts as we go back up front. This is the white flag lap for CJ Greaves. Remember, he is your points champion this year and also in 2019, so he's definitely doubled down. The car is really, really fast. We'll see if he can hold it together for one final lap here in Crandon.
As he heads down, look at that, about a 15-car length lead over Holcher as he goes down into the gravel pit. Greaves has been just unstoppable here in Pro Stock here in the 2020 Champ Off-Road season.
Yeah, he really has. He's been pretty much perfect. So quick. He's going to take this final right-hander going through Calamity Turn. That corner is so crazy. Got all rutted up, but that didn't phase CJ Greaves. He wins this one. Second will go to Holcher.
Yeah, let's see. And Hool was across the line third.
Yeah, looks like.
I believe Hool finally took away that inside line from Todd LeDuc, so you play nice with your teammate until that white flag comes out, and at that point, all bets are off.
Yeah, he picked away that spot, took it away from LeDuc. Hool will come in third. But your winner this afternoon in Pro Stock, round number 10 to end the season here in this class, CJ Greaves getting it done. There is our Forest County Potawatomi Brush Run Pro Stock side-by-side results. Greaves, Holger, Hool, Newberg, not Letourneau. It's LeDuc in that 97, finishing fifth. And it's Scott Waz, Ben Enlow, and Tesmere will round out your top 8 in that one.
Jeremy, that was the battle of the race we saw out there. A job well done. You were trying everything out there, and you finally made it stick. What was it that made the difference?
I just kept pushing. It's all I could do. I didn't want to use him up. Obviously, he's raced one of our cars, so that is what it is. But he's a hell of a wheelman, and it's fun racing with him.
Who would you like to thank?
I got to thank everybody at Speedworks, the whole crew all season. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Couldn't do it with all your help. We have a whole hell of a lot of fun. We let our hair down every night and enjoy doing it with you guys. Articat, Trailer Motorsports, Fox Shocks, Hoosier Tire, Octane Inc. Wraps, Rugged Radios, Raceline Wheels, Wildcat Riders, and Northern Chill H2O.
For the Trail Motorsports Speedworks Arctic Cat, this is Jeremy Hool in third. And John Holcher coming across in second. Back-to-back podiums. John, your rookie season here in the Pro Stock, did you anticipate at the beginning of the season, let's rewind to that point, the success that you did find this year?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thinking it was going to be this good. I definitely had a lot of success in Sportsman, but definitely, let's go closer. Oh, and definitely just kind of surprised myself, but yeah, it's been good.
Who would you like to thank?
My whole crew, they were up late last night getting everything clean, and the thing was a rocket ship. Race driven, HBI, Kaiser Wheels, my grandparents, my parents, and anyone else I forgot, thank you.
John Holcher, second place finisher here today at Pro Stock. And CJ Greaves, second race of the day. He has been perfect so far, and you're only halfway done, but a perfect race for you, uncontested. It seems like that great start was all you needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And today we opted to go with a little different Maxxis tire, and it definitely was a better choice. I've been running Cyril's all year this year, and we were able to run a light truck tire. So we were like, you know what? It's a little bit heavier, but we got nothing to lose. So we were able to try that, and it seemed to definitely keep us more consistent towards the end of the race, where previously them guys were really starting to catch us at the end. So without having that, it was just came down to nice, smooth lines. My Yamaha YXZ1000 ran great all day, all weekend, and really all year. So hats off to all the guys at Yamaha and Donnie and everyone that supports us and supports the series and supports side-by-side sports. Yamaha's involved in many different series with contingency and everything else. So we really appreciate everything they do. Monster Energy, Maxxis tires, Yamalube oil, Vision wheels, Luke from Beyond Redline, and all of his crew from Dirt Launch, all my crew that worked their butts off. I think these guys can probably preach for him as well. Last night, to turn these cars around was a handful. Everything was pretty muddy. So we appreciate what the crew does to let us go out there and have fun. So thanks to them guys, and hopefully we can be back up here a couple more times yet.
You took a risk today, and it paid off for not only your winner here today, but your 2020 Pro Stock side-by-side champion, CJ Greaves. Back to you guys.
By Amsoil. You know, all day here in round 10, we've seen a handful of newcomers to the podium. You know, we saw Gray Ledbetter take the win in Sportsman side-by-side, and a few other first-time podium finishers. We saw Mike Kirkham take that win in Super Buggy for his first win. So we're seeing a little bit of new blood coming to the podium as well. So, you know, looking down this list, there's a handful of guys still looking for that first champ off-road podium finish, and I look for them to factor in as well, because like you said, there's nothing left after today. This is it. You have the off season to put the car back together.
Yeah, you don't hold anything back now, as we're going to get clear. There is one of our workers going off to the side. The green flag should be flying at any time. There's Faye, not in the tower. He's up on the retaining wall. He's going to put that yellow flag up in the air and then drop it very shortly, and any time he can throw it. Here we go. There it is. Who's going to get the turn one first? Look at the hole shot by Kyle Cheney.
Yeah, great jump there by the 91 Can-Am of Cheney's got Van Eperen right behind him. Van Eperen has to run up front, and CJ has to have some bad luck if Van Eperen wants a shot at this title.
Yeah, look at Scottie Lawrence trying to sneak on the inside of CJ Greaves as we go back to the front. That is Kyle Cheney. Ronnie Van Eperen doing battle going into the Claire's gravel pit.
There's Carlson up there in the top 5 as well. You called it on that one, Brent. Carlson jockeying for position. Elliot Burns with a pretty good start. He's alongside Wolf. That's the battle for 6th.
Wow, look at Van Eperen. It looks like he's been shot out of a cannon. He goes outside, inside. Cheney puts it up on the bicycle, sets it back down, and it costed him that one little mistake.
One small mistake was all it took. There goes Van Eperen into the lead, and he's doing his part. Everything else is beyond his control at this point. Trying to make up a 14-point gap ahead to CJ Greaves, who has a points lead entering this round number 10 race.
Cheney now needs to fight back towards Van Eperen. Van Eperen in that Power Sports 1 ride. Very fast. Oh, man, we got a car upside down.
That's Derek Tidd.
Boy, Tidd
jumped all the way up onto that retaining wall.
Yeah, he's definitely pointed in the wrong direction. Probably one of the best seats in the house, but not good on his part.
Certainly hope Derek Tidd is okay. He makes the haul all the way from Lenexa, Kansas to come race with us here at Champ Off-Road. Now we're going to stay green flag racing, but back out front it's Van Eperen. There come the yellow flags.
Yeah, the caution flags are definitely out, so Tidd up on the retaining wall. We'll have to get him down before we can get things back underway. Tidd is out. It looks like he's moving, so that's definitely a good sign. Trying to ease his way out. That is a hard roll. Luckily, he didn't make contact with that retaining wall, as we're going to take another look at this one. Just watch.
Oh,
yeah,
just got up on the bike there. He was running right on that cushion. Once you get just overbalanced like that, there's really nothing else you can do but hang on, and you're along for the ride. We'll see it again here in the background of this shot.
Yeah, different view. Yeah, he just went up on the bike like we seen, just missing that retaining wall. A little bit of contact.
Yeah, at least he was courteous enough to get his car off the racetrack, though, and save us all a little bit of time as we go back to green flag race. Of course, I'm trying to make light of a pretty scary crash there, so we do hope that Derek Tidd is all right. Didn't see him climb out under his own power, though. He's standing over there by the car, assessing the damage, talking to our track safety team.
There's Derek Tidd getting taken off. Gonna probably check him over, make sure he's okay, because that's a hard roll. You don't realize how quick you're going through. There's a lot of finesse. You're slipping through that turn, but you're hard on the gas. And when you go up on the bicycle, you try to save it. It kicks you back, and you go for one heck of a ride. And the yellow flag still being displayed. We're gonna re-rack everyone.
Yeah, at such high speed like that, you know, like I said, once you get too far overbalanced like that, there's nothing else you could do, but at that point you're just a passenger in your own car.
Yeah, absolutely. The safety cage did its job. You can see how high up he is up on that retaining wall, so he definitely won for one heck of a ride. The track looked in great shape. I'm telling you, those Pro 2s, they're excited.
Honestly, that wall probably did him a big favor, because that's about another 4.5 feet that he would have dropped back down while still flipping. Instead, he landed on his wheels and only fell a couple feet out of the sky at that point. So bad as that situation was for Tidd, could have been a whole lot worse.
So let's reset it for you. It's Van Eperen, Cheney, CJ Greaves, your points leader in third. And it looks like Scottie Lawrence and Andrew Carlson in your top 5. Looks like Scottie Lawrence wants that spot away from CJ. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, another car having some issues. That's a 714 of Andy Ives.
Yeah, Andy Ives, we ran around with him on our camera and looked at the track earlier, so devastating to his points championship, his hopes just to finish, and definitely a lot of rear damage. Yeah, you can see that left rear just bent. Not gonna be his day in that 714. The Bikeman Performance ride is gonna limp his way back and maybe just even park it right there.
So tough break for some of our competitors here in the early going. You know, Cheney looked really strong out front. Van Eperen definitely had a full head of steam there in the early going, but Cheney made a mistake and basically handed the lead over to Van Eperen. I wonder if Cheney, without that mistake, if that would have been a much longer battle. We'll see if Cheney has anything for Van Eperen once we get back underway.
Van Eperen still out front, like we said. Gonna lead the field through behind Richie Kuloff, and the guys just gonna parade him around. We should be going back green flag race, and hopefully after this little parade lap, Van Eperen's really, really quick right now. The 91, that's a red plate of Kyle Cheney. And you speak of red plate, last year's points champion, now CJ Greaves holding on to that spot. We'll have to wait and see, but he did have a comfortable 14-point lead coming in, Shane. So what's things looking like right now?
Well, I mean, for now he's running in third. That's enough and then some for him to clinch that points championships. We're going back to green flag racing.
So it's Van Eperen, Cheney, Scottie Lawrence, Kyle, or CJ Greaves, your top 4. Here comes Cheney. Cheney's not wasting any time. He's going to try to make a pass on that inside, going into the gravel pit. We'll see if Cheney can do it.
Man, that Yamaha Van Eperen, though, just has so much top-end speed. He was just pulling away from Cheney down that straightaway into the gravel pit. You see the acceleration, too. There's a lot of power in that car and a lot of forward drive.
Van Eperen has that 45 Power Sports 1 ride figured right out. I keep saying Power Sports 1. He actually owns that company. He deals with a lot of different side-by-sides. He really is a big part in this series and in the Johnny Green series as well, because they're always wanting to help each other. They want to help other teams. They go and they build these cars. They sell them. They want to see the sport grow. Look at Cheney up on the bicycle.
Yeah, right in that same place that ended the race day for Derek Tidd. So might be not just a cushion that's developed there, maybe a little bit of a rut. We'll have to keep an eye on that, especially as we move into Pro Light and then Cup race later on in the day. Cheney still, he's running a really strong pace, but just not quite able to keep up with Rodney Van Eperen. Look at that, Carlson now up into third around CJ.
Yeah, things could start shaking up. CJ now getting passed by Carlson, like you said, but Van Eperen, he is just so fast this afternoon in round number 10. There's Carlson from Elk River, Minnesota. Him and his father actually run the Elk River, Minnesota Raceway, the ERX Motor Park to be exact, and they do a fine job. That's one of my favorite places to go on the circuit.
Yeah, looking at the numbers here, Brett, basically as long as CJ stays in the top 10, it doesn't really matter. Even if Van Eperen wins, CJ would still have just enough points to hold on to that championship.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're reminiscing with their crew, telling them where he's at, where he has to finish. And CJ, he's not forcing anything. He's just taking his time. We're going to sit back there in the 4th spot. Going to try to just pick his way through, keep their pace. We're still under green flag. Oh, it looks like the 88 of Christensen.
That's Luke Stubbs in the 88.
Stubbs, yeah.
Up front, Van Eperen still stretching that lead over Kyle Cheney. Now a little bit over 2 seconds, that lead.
Boy, Stubbs is right up against that retaining wall. We'll see if we can get him clear. Tough break for him. And Van Eperen got in a little too tight, over-rotated. Here comes Kyle Cheney, but he's a little farther back. As you just see the gap on our camera as they go through that Polaris flyaway jump. They're using that bottom up fairly nicely in Calamity Corner.
Yeah, that hole hasn't started to come back yet, the one that we saw earlier on in our 170 side-by-side race and a few of the other sportsman races. So that's a good sign. This track is holding up really well. And you know, Brett, looking out here, we're seeing something I wouldn't have expected today, and that's sunshine. It's actually turning into a really nice early fall day here at Crandon.
Yeah,
looking down at turn 2, there's some blue groove developing down there too.
Hey, didn't I tell you yesterday, I said if tomorrow we don't get no rain, we're going to start seeing some dust. This track packing in very nicely, like Shane was saying earlier. They showed up at 6 o'clock this morning. We're prepping this track, and they've done a fine job. We still have some races left to go. So kudos to them. As we look at Andrew Carlson still holding on to that spot over CJ Greaves. That is for 3rd and 4th on the track.
Yeah, CJ seems very settled in right now. He's not pushing too hard to catch up to Carlson. And I'm sure he's well aware that he's got about an 8 or 9 car length gap back behind him to Scottie Lawrence in that number 26. So CJ a little bit on cruise control right now. You take a look at the 23. That's Eric Schwartz. Let's go back down to Van Eperen. Schwartz does the sportsman-like thing and moves out of the race line.
Yeah, that's always cool to see. Just have the respect, get out of the way that you know they're fighting for a championship or a race win, as Van Eperen's trying to do. Just tiptoeing his way around again, and there it is, Shane, the red and yellow flag, the halfway point here in Pro Mod, round number 10. We'll have to keep an eye on that points chase.
Yeah, that'll give Van Eperen 2 bonus points, so it's trimmed down to 12 points. So at this point, CJ, even if Van Eperen holds on and takes this win, as long as CJ finishes 10th place or better, he would still wind up being the 2020 points champion. Brett, we've got Haley Shanley down trackside. Haley, what do you have for us down there?
A driver with 2 championship off-road podiums in the Pro Mod side-by-side class, Scottie Lawrence. In the weekends between championship off-road, he's also been doing some side-by-side racing outside of the series. The last race he had just last weekend, just out here at 141 Speedway, where the surface was extremely slick, a kind of slick that we very rarely see in short course off-road racing, and he was one of the few drivers to really figure out how to navigate it, and he came away with the win. I said, Scottie, a vastly different surface than what we have here in short course racing, but can that experience translate at all to this weekend coming up at Crandon? He said, absolutely. Anytime you are ripped from your comfort zone, that is where the growth happens. So he has come into this weekend with an expanded understanding of not only what he is a driver, but what this number 26 Rival Motorsports Can-Am is capable of. And last time I checked, he is hanging out there in the top 5. This is Scottie Lawrence.
Yeah, thank you, Haley. And yes, you brought up that side-by-side sports race at 141 Speedway last weekend. I was down there and saw it with my own eyes, and I saw the exact same thing. Scottie Lawrence really navigated the slick parts of this that track down there at 141 Speedway extremely well. Came away with the feature win in Pro Mod. And really what I saw down there, Brent, it's a good hard-packed clay oval, and they built the track around parts of that. Is the parts of the track that Haley was talking about not too dissimilar from some of the most blue groove spots you'll see here at Crandon International. So maybe as we've seen this blue groove develop, we'll look for Scottie Lawrence to move up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And you really have to be patient on the blue groove that we talk about. It's like an ice rink, like you explained, and you really just have to have a lot of throttle control. You have to have finesse. You have to really put your thinking cap on. You can't come into those turns and just whip it in there, because sometimes you over-rotate. If you just tiptoe, you'll be all right. But we're going to go back green flag racing here. It's Van Eperen, Cheney, Carlson, Greaves, your top 4.
Back to green flag racing here in the Amsoil Pro Mod side-by-sides. Van Eperen doing his part. Everything that's in his control is going his way right now. He's leading this race, but still unofficially 12 points behind CJ Greaves.
Here comes the 15 of Andrew Carlson, trying to make the race interesting here in this second half. Here comes Kyle Cheney. Cheney goes to the outside. He's going to be on the inside, just missing that barrier.
Yeah, Cheney had to check up a little bit there. Looked like he may have had a run. Now here comes Carlson. Carlson looks to the inside of Cheney. That's the battle for second place on the race course.
Boy, look at the exit speed by Kyle Cheney. Just pulling away a little bit from Andrew Carlson in that Polaris Razor Yokohama tire ride. As you see, Van Eperen now just going through the barn turn, and that hard pack is definitely there as Cheney just slams that cushion.
Yeah, like you describe it, Brent, you've driven on it. You said it's just about like ice, and it looked like it there. All 4 wheels digging in one direction, the car going a different direction there for Cheney, but look at that run he got. He's looking to the inside now of Van Eperen.
Yeah, look at Cheney. They're going to be side by side off the Polaris Flyway. Watch as Cheney. He's going to try to tiptoe his way around the outside, maybe get a good exit to come out on the inside, but guaranteed Van Eperen knows what's going on, but that's 1 lap to go. The white flag is being displayed. Time is definitely running out for these top 2.
Both of those drivers hit some holes. Van Eperen's in trouble here.
Van Eperen just hits one of those tractor tires.
Yeah, gathered it up really quickly.
He's lucky. If he would have caught that, it could have sheared the whole left front off that machine. You watch that suspension absorb it, so good job by Van Eperen for avoiding the rest of that car.
Now Cheney's gonna have one more shot at Van Eperen. And again, Van Eperen pushes wide. Cheney's got the low exit. They're side by side. They make contact.
Watch for Cheney. He can only go on the inside, because I guarantee you, Van Eperen's gonna try to block that bottom side, but watch as he tries to cross over. I don't know if there's gonna be enough time. Van Eperen looks to be able to take the win. Cheney second, and Carlson, what a good run in third.
Yeah, very quietly snuck into the top 3 there. Did a nice job just running his own pace, did Andrew Carlson. And man, Andrew Cheney, or Kyle Cheney, excuse me, just about able to get around Van Eperen that last lap in that gravel pit turn. As we take a look at our results here at the Forest County Potawatomi Brush Run. It's Van Eperen, Cheney, Carlson. 4th place, your points champion, CJ Greaves. Then Wolf, Lawrence, Stubbs,
I know he's pumped up. His hands are full with plaques and checks. This guy put on a dominant performance all season long. Congratulations, your first Pro Mod side-by-side championship. How proud are you?
Oh, you know, we're just super happy. Being the first year that they allow Yamaha to be in here with a turbo against all the other turbo cars made it real interesting. Definitely gave us a battle between Kyle and Andrew and Rodney, and all them guys were up there all year. There was a different manufacturer winning, I think, almost every race. So it definitely showed to be a good battle all year long, and we're just happy to come out on top. This is our first year in the class, and
maybe our only year in the class. But we're just happy to be able to get out here, put it up number one for Yamaha and all the guys back there, Luke and his crew, Dirt Launch Products. They work day and night on these cars to figure out the turbos and figure out what we need to do to be competitive with the other manufacturers. So we appreciate everything they do. Monster Energy, Yamaha Racing, Yamalube, Vision Wheels, Maxxis Tires, Fox Shocks, just GYTR, Impact Safety, everyone that comes out here and supports us, and everyone that works day and night on these things, we appreciate it, and this one's going to go up in the books.
CJ Greaves, your 2020 Pro Mod Side-by-Side Championship. Congratulations.
Well, now we'll meet our top 3 finishers to finalize the year in 2020 in Pro Mod. In 3rd place from Elk River, Minnesota, the number 15 of Andrew Carlson. And in 2nd, in the number 91 Can-Am, Kyle Cheney. In taking the win from Appleton, Wisconsin, in the number 45, Ronnie Van Eperen. What a great Pro Mod side-by-side race, Haley. Take it away.
Andrew Carlson, that Elk River, Minnesota runner, multiple podiums this weekend, our 3rd place finisher here in the AMSOIL Pro Mod. Andrew, you're hanging out there in 3rd following a very strong run. How much were your eyeballs on that front spot? I know as you watched those 2 in front of you duking it out those last few laps.
Yeah, it was getting dicey there for a moment. I wasn't really sure what to do because if you got out of the race line, you were getting slowed down a ton, and there's really only a lane and a half, so they were already fitting 2 cars in it. So kind of a tough one. Just wish we would have nailed the start a little bit better. I think we could have ran away with it. But yeah, it's definitely just fun with all these guys out here. A lot of fast cars, and I feel like we're all so close. I was just talking with Cheney before the race. I'm like, we haven't even had a race with all 4, Rodney, CJI, and Cheney up front. But we did there. It was fun. It was cool. Got by CJ early on. We had some good speed, but I think the race got cut a little short there at the end. So needed a couple more laps, and it felt like the car was fast. This Polaris has been running really good all year. Battled a couple belt issues early on, but we got it figured out now. And yeah, just big shout out to everyone at Polaris. They've been giving us a ton of help this year, and it's cool to get the red ones back up on the podium. And I think next year we'll get a little bit faster and bring a little more speed. Yeah, just big shout out to everyone at Carlson Motorsports, Vision Wheels, Yokohama Tire, Fox Shocks. Yeah, and just once again, big shout out to everyone at Polaris for all the help for getting me up here.
I know this guy has had so much fun this season in the Pro Mod, and it's been a treat to watch. This is Andrew Carlson in 3rd here today for Pro Mod. And I bet this guy wishes he had just 1 more lap. Such an intense battle out there for you. This performance you put on, how demanding was this one?
Yeah, I wanted it. The first half of the race, I had nothing for Rod. He was gone, and it's like the second half of the race, I knew if I put some pressure on him, I might be able to, force him into a mistake or 2, and that's what we did. I ran real hard that second half of the race, and Rod made a few mistakes, but I wasn't able to capitalize on any of them. Like Carlson was saying, the track was just 1.5 lined, and when someone would make a mistake in front of you, if you tried to go out and around them, you kind of got into some nasty stuff that would pull the engine down. So it is what it is. I'm still happy. My Can-Am ran awesome today. I mean, we haven't had a real good Crandon this whole year. Earlier today we finished 3rd in the Pro 4 and 2nd in the Pro Mod. Maybe we'll win this next race. So I don't know. I hope so. But yeah, I just got to thank all my sponsors, my whole crew, Maxxis Tires, Evo Power Sports, Rival Can-Am, XPS Oil, Metal FX Wheels, just my whole team and everybody that helps me out.
Congratulations, Kyle Cheney in 2nd here in the Pro Mod. And your winner, Hot Rod Rodney Van Eperen. Man, a big win for you. This one was hard-earned, and that was so much fun to watch. So tell me, what was it taking to be on the defensive? Because I know Kyle, he was keeping you honest.
Yeah, he hit it on the head. I mean, I felt flawless the first half of the race, and then I kind of went into protect mode, and my lines fell apart. And he was putting the pressure on me. I'm not afraid to say he made me make some mistakes, but we held on. The Yamaha YXZ 1000R comes out on top again. Congrats to CJ and his team. I'd be lying if I said we didn't want to beat them guys and win a championship, but Yamaha on top 1-2, and that's what we want to see. I got to thank my crew and all them guys. Them guys last night up all night again. Once again, just
giving me a perfect race car. Thank them guys. Donnie, Steve, and Glenn, all them guys at the race department, they're always answering my calls and taking care of my stuff, putting me first on the list, so I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks Sedona Tire and Wheel. They were hooked up out there. Sedona Tires were awesome, and couldn't do it without them guys. Vance and Himes, they built a new exhaust this year. That thing worked great. Demon Axles. Luke from Beyond Redline, wish he was up here on the podium. It's fun with him up here, but them guys are always killing it for us. Everybody else that helps us, thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Bookending the season with gold, this is Rodney Van Eperen. A big round of applause for your AMSOIL Pro Mod side-by-side.
Side class and...
Well, welcome back to the Forest County Potawatomi Brush Run Races. A green flag has flown here in Pro Light. Who is going to come to turn one? Forest County Potawatomi, turn one first. Looks like Kyle Greaves and Johnny Holter are going to be side by side, just missing one another. That could have been horrible.
Yeah, that's your battle for the points championship as well. Kyle Greaves comes in with a 7-point lead on John Holter.
Yeah, tough break by Kyle Greaves. In our last round, he looks having everything figured out. Track really, really nice. Look at the hookup. A very, very soft sway bar put in that Greaves truck, carrying his speed. And already we got a truck over the ground.
Yeah, the 13, that adrenalized apparel truck. Brandon Matt Miller. Very unfortunate for him. He's a privateer out here mixing it up with the pro lights.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Oh, there's one upside down.
Oh, my goodness.
Looks like Bluff.
Yeah, Bluff. That's big trouble for him.
Bluff upside down. So two trucks out early as we go back up to the front. That's Kyle Greaves in that KGB Customs ride. He actually built this truck with his father in the offseason, and he's just been so bad fast. Look at Shimmick with a good run again.
Yeah, Shimmick's really found some Crandon mojo. He's running in third right now. Trying to gain some ground there on Holter. Two very different lines down there in Cowboy Corner. Kyle Greaves basically has to finish in the top 5 and he will secure this points championship.
Kyle Greaves.
Whoa! And he was up on the bike, bounces off the wall, and he lost a tire. This is a disaster, Brent.
Oh, just a disaster is correct for Kyle Greaves. That could have been way worse than what happened. He went up on the bicycle, set it back down, and he sheared the left rear off of that truck. Oh, man, Kyle Greaves.
Made an incredible save. Happened right down in front of us. Yeah, very nearly went up and over that blue wall. He made the save, bounced off the wall. Unfortunately, his left rear wheel pays the price. And that is going to hand the lead over to Johnny Holter.
Yeah, and then it's going to bring Zach Shimmick right up in the top 2. And look at that. The 34 KGB Customs ride of Kyle Greaves. Man, he is lucky. I seen it out of the corner of my eye, Shane. If he would have hit in any different direction, he might have went for a ride over that wall like we seen Johnny Greaves do. And look at that. What a save. Sent it right up on his driver door.
Made the save. Like I said, unfortunately, his left rear tire just paid the price.
Hard hit, though.
Could have been way, way worse for Kyle Greaves.
Nice
We've
replay.
seen, we saw Johnny Greaves roll just like that. Got up on the bicycle back in round number 7. Ended up going up and over the blue wall and landed on the other part of the track. So.
Well, Shane, you catch one of those ruts. That's what happened to Johnny. You catch one of those ruts, you try to put it back down, but you're going over 100 miles an hour in some of these classes, and sometimes it can be just catastrophic for you. And he's more hurt right now that he made that mistake, and the point championship is taken right from underneath him.
Yeah, all things considered, that crash for Kyle Greaves could have been about 1,000 times worse as we look now at Jason Bluff. That's a tough break for him as well. He was 3rd in points.
So let's reset it for you. John Holter will be up front. Zach Shimmick will be in 2nd. Then you have Chad Rayford, who had a good run as well under the lights.
Yeah, Carson Parish. Carson Parish running in 4th.
So scary. Turn 1. We always say it's so famous. It's just something to see when you come to Crandon. You're carrying so much speed, and it doesn't take much. They're hard on the loud pedal. They hold it right to the floor.
How about that? The 13 of Matt Miller, we saw him roll it over down there in the gravel pit. He's rejoined this field, and I believe he's still on the lead lap. So, hey, hats off to Matt Miller.
Richie Kuloff now going to gather the field one more time. We'll see if we can come back to green flag racing. We'll have to look. Maybe they'll get everyone out of the way so we can get back to green flag racing. But man, I can't say enough about Kyle Greaves. Give him a lot of credit, winning a lot of races this year. Started out on a bit of a win streak in 2020, and just that's how luck can be.
Yeah,
you go from hero to zero just like that. But that kid, he's so smart. He knows how to build these cars, and they'll bounce back.
Yeah, he won the first 5 races of this 2020 Champ Off-Road season, but had the worst possible luck here in rounds 9 and 10 when it counted the most. So very tough break.
Well, we'll see if Richie Kuloff pulls off the side. He does, so it's going to be Holger, Zach Shimmick, Chad Rayford, and Carson Parish, your top 4. There's Troy Shaden as well right there in the top 5. Here we go.
Back underway here in round 10, Pro Light action.
Just such a sweet sound, these Pro Lights just humming through these turns. Zach Shimmick, he's on a bit of a win streak here at Crandon. We'll see if he can dig deep and try to run down John Holger, who is now going to be our points leader.
Yeah, unofficial points champion John Holger is looking at Parish, got around Rayford and trying to double dip there and get around Zach Shimmick. Shimmick fighting back. Moves over and takes the line away, but Parish is on the charge right now.
Something really cool about those top 2 right in front of us. Zach Shimmick and Carson Parish are both Ryan Beat trucks. Ryan Beat built trucks, so they're definitely fast. Beat's won multiple championships in those rides, so he definitely knows they got what it takes to get up to Holger. And Holger puts it up on the bicycle, sets it back down, still maintains that lead, so definitely a lot of grip out here.
Holger's heart just skipped a couple beats there, Brent, because he still does need to actually finish this race up near the front to gain enough points over Kyle Greaves.
Nice cool shot by our drone. John Holger coming through the barn turn very, very nicely, just hanging it out on the cushion. Going over the drop-off jump by the Swedes, heading into the Polaris gravel pit. Doing a nice job. Watch as he just creeps around there in that 44 HBI ride. Truck looks very, very good.
So Brent, I'm looking at the numbers here. This is very unofficial coming from us up here in the booth, but I believe Holger would still have to finish 2nd or 1st to clinch this championship.
Oh, wow. So Kyle Greaves, he's sitting there going, come on, come on. He doesn't want to see nothing bad happen, but you're going for that points championship, and he can't do nothing about it. He's sitting in the infield. Shimmick still doing a fine job in that number 7. Won in round 9 underneath the lights in the mud. And on World Championship weekend also picked up the World Championship ring. So watch as Shimmick trying to pick his way apart. And I talked to him a lot here in 2020, and he just said, I drove out of my head a lot back in 2019, just trying to hold it right to the floor. Didn't really pay attention much to what I needed to do. A couple drivers helped him out, told him, hey, maybe I just need to calm down, take it lap by lap, and just let the truck work. And it's definitely working right now.
Yeah, there's certainly a level of confidence that you have to reach that confidence before you can really put down some consecutively very good laps. We've seen that out of Shimmick. Like we said, he was really down on himself this season. But you take that one big win, you get your confidence back. It took him forever to get his first win. His second one came in the following race. So now he's running here in 2nd place behind Johnny Holger.
Yeah, definitely doing a wonderful job. Carson Parish down that number 8, trying to get up to Zach Shimmick. Over-rotates a little bit. Green flag still out that time by 9 total laps. We're going to go on this one. Going through Argonne turn. Look at Parish. Parish going really, really tight. Almost running out of real estate on exit.
Yeah, Parish got a little little bit too far off the fast line there to really threaten that second place spot held by Shimmick. His treble back a little further. That was Shaden. Looks like he went around the gathering back up.
Oh, looks like Shaden
trying to get it sorted out.
Shimmick still out front of Carson Parish as they head back towards Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1. It's going to be Holger still out front, that HBI rod. Then you have Zach Shimmick, Carson Parish still loud on the gas.
Brent, I did double check my numbers. I'm pretty certain that Holger does have to finish second place or better. Unless he can pick up these 2 bonus points and hold on to be leading, then he can finish third or better at the end of this race. There's still some work to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. That don't leave you much leeway here. I mean, he's doing a good job. He's out front, knock on wood. He holds this together. Better way to win the championship and to take the final race win of the year.
Yeah, Shimmick and Parish, though, could definitely play spoiler to his championship hopes. Talking about Johnny Holger. Parish, for the moment, backing off a little bit on Shimmick in that battle for second. Up front, it's all Johnny Holger, though, about a 4-second lead over the rest of this field.
Yeah, he's really checking out from second and third. There's Zach Shimmick, Carson Parish. Rayford's now in 4th. A ways back, about 8 seconds behind. And you've seen Troy Shaden having some issues as well. Parish still not going away. He's trying everything. He gets out in that fluffy soil. Kind of dogs out his motor as Shimmick opened up a little bit more of a gap in second.
Yeah, Parish really throwing a few different lines so far. And Zach Shimmick, nothing yet has worked, but certainly not for lack of trying, doing a lot of experimenting with lines so far.
Back on board with Holger one more time. As the laps are starting to wind down towards that mandatory competition caution flag. And he's been pretty perfect. He made a couple mistakes. You know, that's going to happen when the track keeps changing. A lot of side bite on these trucks, and you put a soft sway bar in it. You see Kyle Greaves, he really had a soft one in the first half, and now he's out of this big race as we go to that mandatory competition caution. That time by, it's Holger, Shimmick, Parish, Rayford, Shaden, Janis, your top 6.
Yeah, 4 laps complete here in this one, Brent. I suspect we may get short by a lap, or maybe 2 laps, because we didn't have that long yellow flag for those couple upside-down trucks.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see how many laps we have left on our board as we go by that finish line turn.
Yeah, just to keep an eye on those points that we've been talking about. Actually, first, let's go down trackside. Haley Shanley. Haley, what do you have for us?
We have a Pro Light rookie who is setting the pace in this one, and just a few moments ago he had up to over a 4-second lead, John Holger. He's been so consistent this year. He set out not to risk it all, but rather to learn a lot and build his confidence. He said that diving into not 1 but 2 pro classes this year with the Pro Stock side-by-side and of course the Pro Light has pushed him further than any year before. He also told me back a few months ago at Dirt City that he has felt more comfortable in the side-by-side since he comes to us from the Sportsman side-by-side ranks. I'm curious to catch up with him later to see if that is still the case, because the way he is driving, certainly not a rookie performance. Now, mind you, he still needs to hang on to a 1st or 2nd place finish. That's unofficial, but that would be in order to claim the Pro Light Championship. He also told me that he wants to make a career out of off-road racing here in short course. So to be able to start out that pro career with a championship here in Pro Light, well, that is an incredible start to his hopefully very long pro career for John Holger.
Yeah, thanks for that great information on John Holger. I was looking at the numbers again. He did pick up 2 bonus points, as you see. Tough break for Matt Miller there. Like I said, Matt Miller's a privateer, you know, paying for this out of his pocket. He was just a guy who hung out long enough around the racetrack and said, I'm tired of watching. I'm going to go get myself in a truck, and, you know, really works hard on his own program and slowly but surely making some progress there. But to go back to John Holger, he picked up 2 bonus points, and unofficially Kyle Greaves will be scored 9th. So that would leave Kyle Greaves with 175 points at the end of this season. And as of right now, John Holcher has 156, which means he's trailing by 19 points. That's what you'd score if you finished 4th. So if he finishes 3rd or better, he would be your points champion.
Absolutely good note, Shane. Here we go. Zach Shimmick going to try to hunt down Holcher here. We'll have to see as we come through the barn turn. Holger's still out in front on this restart. A good jump. Shimmick, then Parish, then Shaden.
Yeah, Shaden with a great jump on that restart. And Brent, I don't see Chad Rayford out there.
No, I don't know.
We may have lost Rayford as well.
Yeah, you're right. No Chad Rayford. So tough break for Chad. And the guys working really hard. There's Pluff in the infield still. Well off the pace and a white flag.
White flag, so 1 lap to go, and that's doing Johnny Holcher a huge favor here in his pursuit of a Pro Light Points Championship.
Yeah, so because the time there, Shane, we are going to cut this race short, so John Holcher, can he get the job done here for the Points Championship in Pro Light? Shimmick with a good run again.
Yeah, Holcher just has to hold on and finish top 3 here. He'll be your unofficial points champion. Hang on to it, John. He went up on the bike just a little bit there in Cowboy Corner.
Trying to walk him through it. Hey, Shane, it's good to see these rookies really progress. Zach Shimmick, he's loud on the hard gas pedal. He doesn't want to lift. In Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. Shimmick is really on the go. John Holcher just needs to babysit that throttle, carry his speed through these final turns in Crandon, Wisconsin. Can the young kid get it done his rookie year?
One last time down into that Polaris gravel pit. Smooth on the throttle is John Holcher.
Very smooth. You can hear that 44 truck just humming through the field. As he's going to make that final turn, John Holcher going to take the win here this afternoon in round number 10 and take that points championship.
Shimmick did cross the finish line 2nd, Parish 3rd, and Shaden 4th.
Good run by Parish. Shaden, good run for his rookie season. That's a former Kyle Kleiman Pro Light.
Yeah. Brent, not to take anything away from that guy right there, John Holcher, but what an absolute disaster of a weekend for Kyle Greaves.
Absolutely.
Terrible luck for Kyle Greaves.
The donuts are starting to lay down for John Holcher. He is one happy race car driver this afternoon. Such a young driver, very well put together team.
That's right, Carson Parish coming across the stripe in 3rd. One of our Pro Light winners this year. Actually, we have 3 Pro Light winners on the podium, but Carson Parish, another podium for you. Tell us how much fun you were having out there. It appeared you looked so smooth and this track really came together for the Pro Lights.
Oh yeah, for sure. Crandon's always a good one. Yeah, this is, 3rd time I've been out here? It was pretty cool on the night track last night, but the track came out pretty good today. We just ran smooth lines, came out on the podium, just happy with that.
Who would you like to thank?
Mom and Dad, of course, Corrosion Specialties, Stealth, General Tire, VP Racing, RBM, and everyone on their tent.
A job well done. Carson Parish in 3rd. And adding to this late season stride for Zach Shimmick, 1, 1, and 2, he will have gone in the last 3 rounds. This was an exciting one. Tell me about those late race charges you were making on John.
Yeah, I was just trying to push John, but I didn't have nothing for him. He was faster than me, and as much as I wanted him to get his first championship, I was hoping he was going to blow a corner so I could get around him, but he didn't, so congratulations to them and their team. I forgot my wife yesterday in my speech, and that didn't go over very well. So she does all the cooking and packing and meals, and she's awesome. So thanks, babe. I'm sorry. My son Draxton is at home. He's not racing this weekend, so I love you, buddy, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ryan Beats' team, they helped us a lot this weekend with some issues. Kincaid's helped us. JP Remington, I forgot him yesterday. He takes care of all of my field, so he's the man. And again, thanks to my team. I enjoyed the festivities last night, so they picked my slack up today. So,
Congratulations on the hard-earned podium. This is Zach Shimmick. And he just made some fresh donuts for the crowd here. John Holcher, his first Pro Light win, also claiming that first Pro Light championship his rookie year. Congratulations, John.
Thank you.
You know, your rookie year, you ended this one in a big way, claiming that championship and that first win. What do you have to say about that?
Wow, it's just amazing. I cannot thank my team enough. They worked day and night on that thing, and it was a rocket ship. It's a bummer what happened to Kyle. I didn't want us to go down that way, but I mean, I'm happy I got this, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Let me ask you real quick about your comfortability. When we were talking in Dirt City, you felt so much more at home in the stock side-by-side, but how is that now that you've found a lot of success this year in the truck?
I definitely get more comfortable just throwing it in there. I mean, at the start of the year, I was a little timid and scared, but I got it figured out and ready to go.
I think he's going to continue to crank up the heat next year. Who would you like to thank?
HBI, Renard's Cheese, Maxxis Tires, those things were hooking up great. Pro Power, Dynamic, Race Driven, I forgot them a couple times, so I can't do that again. My parents, my grandparents, anyone else I forgot, thank you so much.
John Holcher, congratulations on the massive win and that Pro Light championship. Back to you guys.
Community Cup race underway. It's been a wild ride all year here with Champ Off-Road.
Yeah, we've had a blast, Shane. Me and you getting to call. This is our dream to get to call the best sport in the world. We're at Crandon. This is the 27th annual Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup. And I'll tell you, get on your feet, Crandon. Tell your friends and family at home to log in now because we're about to go green flag racing. Faye is up in the tower. He's about ready to slide that red board across. You're going to see it go to yellow in between 1 and 5 seconds. Those Pro 2s are going to take off. Listen to that horsepower as they rev their machines. They're going to be heading into Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1.
All eyes on turn 1. Here come the Pro 2s. Looks like Mickey Thomas got a great start. So did Kleiman. He's got the whole shot.
Kyle Kleiman riding the bicycle in turn number 1. Sets it back down.
Kleiman, Thomas, Winner, and Brand, your top 4 as they come through turn 1.
Your newly crowned Pro 2 champion, Kyle Kleiman, he's out in clean air. He needs to try to run away and hide in this one because the Pro 4s are about ready to take off. You can hear them revving those engines. Faye's up still in the tower. Gonna try to wait and give that green flag. These are a lot of seconds that are going by for these Pro 4s. And there they go, the green flag flies.
Pro 2's just going underneath the finish line. Here come the Pro 4s into turn 1.
Yeah, turn number 1 is going to be CJ Greaves, Andrew Carlson, and Kyle Ledoux. So a long ways back, the Pro 4s, as we got one upside down in the finish line turn. That looks like Brand.
Yeah, that's Bob Brand, and that's going to slow down the field a little bit for our Pro 4s. It'll be a local yellow, or at least it looks like it will be.
Pro 4s now going through the gravel pit, but on our screen, that is Kyle Kleiman in that Kendon Tires back number 42. And look at Mickey Thomas is out of this big race shootout.
Mickey Thomas calls it quits early. That's going to hand a big lead now to Kyle Kleiman, and then number 42, Corey Winter, will inherit second place. Rowdy Ryan beat in third. But up front, the Pro 4, CJ Greaves, that Monster Energy Toyota, is out here with something to prove this afternoon.
Yeah, damage high and all. He's really just focused forward. He's got a lot of work to do here. Got to try to hunt down all those Pro 2s. As you look at Andrew Carlson and Kyle Ledoux behind Greaves, there's Jimmy Henderson as well. This track, if it starts to dry out, those Pro 2s, like we said it multiple times, they're going to rely through the boot group.
Kyle Kleiman managing everything really well right now, stretching his lead a little bit more over Corey Winter as they head into the Argonne Loop.
There goes Kyle Kleiman. Look at that gap over Corey Winter. And you know Kleiman, he's setting sail. He's trying to just stay on that loud pedal. Remember, we have no mandatory competition caution. We're going to stay green flag racing through this whole thing.
Yeah, and Kleiman knows, like I said, these Pro 2s are underdogs, so every second counts right now for Kleiman. Every inch of this track space really makes a difference to Kleiman. It looks like we're just about clear down there at Calamity Corner as we look at CJ Greaves headed down into the Argonne corner. It's still Greaves, Carlson, Leduc, your top three.
Yeah, this gap is huge. Remember, 10 laps. The Pro 2s are definitely in their right state of mind right now, just running that cushion. The track looks to be in prime shape as CJ Greaves now rotating on the bottom in Cowboy Corner. And they're going to be heading back to Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. And Kyle Kleiman really has to get on the binders and go through that yellow flag section. So can Kyle Kleiman get the job done? It's early yet, but that gap is huge, Shane.
Yeah, really a long hill to climb for these Pro 4s. We'll see how it all shakes out. Like you said, 10 laps on the long course. There's still a ton of time between now and the checkered flag.
There is Kyle Kleiman, yeah.
About a half straightaway lead over Corey Winter as we look at our Pro 4s. This one's heating up in the Pro 4s, Brent.
Yeah, Andrew Carlson starting to put some pressure on CJ Greaves. These guys really can't do too much battling amongst themselves because it's just going to hold them up to try to chase down these Pro 2s. As you look, it's Kleiman, Winter, Meat, and Hanegraaff. As Kleiman already coming in back into turn number 1 with a big, big gap. He just needs to keep this truck together. Those kind of tires, he needs to keep them aired up. He can't afford to slap that cushion hard. He really needs to stay on the loud pedal. He needs to just keep moving forward if he wants to win this big cup shootout.
Yeah, you said it's so important that he hits all his marks.
Look at this. Get a glimpse of Kyle Kleiman, that excess fuel burning off as the Pro 4s are now coming back into Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. But Kleiman with a huge lead.
How about it? Carlson out front now in Pro 4. He stole it away.
Yeah, you wonder maybe something happened to Greaves.
Yeah, Greaves is all the way back to 3rd.
Yeah, Leduc now got by him. It looks like Greaves, it learned that Greaves turned around in Cowboy Corner as Kyle Leduc and Andrew Carlson just trying to beat their way through the gravel pit. Leduc just flying off the Polaris flyaway. Fiberglass just breaking off of that machine. He wants this bad.
Yeah, most of the body already gone on Kyle Leduc's number 99 Monster Energy Toyo Tires machine. Just trying to chase down the Pro 4 leader Andrew Carlson back out front though. Kyle Kleiman putting on a display right now.
He definitely is the Pro 2 champion here in Champ Off-Road. He's won some Pro Light titles, moved his way into Pro 2, and he never really missed a heartbeat. Those Kenda tires are definitely hooked up. Mike Hanks and the guys at Kenda really seen a bright future for this kid.
Well, he's proven it right so far. So Kleiman went up on the bike. He was able to make the save.
Kleiman now going off the Polaris flyaway. He's on the loud pedal. Now the Pro 4s right in front of us are coming into Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. And Kleiman is going by what will be our finish line. And the track still looking to be in perfect shape as here comes Leduc.
4 laps in the books now, 6 to go for our leader, Kyle Kleiman. Leduc putting a lot of pressure now on Carlson as they go through the gravel pit.
Yeah, Leduc push going through the gravel pit. He's going to have to reset things and try to hunt down Carlson. Here's some lap traffic. That's Cody Gill.
Yeah, starting to catch the tail end of that Pro 2 field. Gill able to move over.
Yeah, Gill, he's a Pro 2 racer, a rookie this year, did a phenomenal job. Can't wait to see what he can do in 2021. That's Leduc going around the long way, trying to hunt that man down right there. The 15 Yokohama tire ride of Andrew Carlson. As Kleiman, man, still holding on to that gap.
Yeah, Kleiman with a very comfortable lead in this Pro 2 field. Pushing it over 6 seconds ahead of the 67 of Corey Winter with Ryan Bead in third.
Here comes the Pro 4, Shane. Andrew Carlson now coming back into Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1 on the outside of Kirshner.
Dodgy move there by Carlson. Very aggressive going around the outside of Kirchner. Leduc able to get by cleanly as well. Now Leduc threatening Carlson as they go through turn 2. And we're at halfway here. 5 laps to go in the Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup.
Kyle Kleiman, Wilson, Michigan, his hometown. If you don't know where that is, Park River International Raceway is probably about 5-6 miles away from his house. So he definitely knows his way around these big speedways. As Kyle Leduc now putting the pressure on Andrew Carlson.
Yeah, they're catching up to Hanegraaff in one of those Pro 2s. Again, Carlson able to get by fairly cleanly there. And Leduc gets held up just a little bit. That's helping out Andrew Carlson, who still leads the way in Pro 4.
Carlson over-rotates a little bit, pushing that front end. He still holds on to that spot. He's the first Pro 4 as they're walking through these Pro 2s, and you can just tell the difference. When they get to a Pro 2, they just get there and they just slingshot by them as Kyle backing it in. As laps are starting to wind down, Kyle Kleiman now going to be coming into the gravel pit still with a big lead. We're coming up to about 4 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, but Kleiman is running out of traffic between him and the Pro 4s as they come down the front straight. Still Carlson with a little bit of steam coming out of the top of Carlson's truck. And Leduc giving him a ton of pressure right now as they go past the skyboxes.
The Yokohama tires, number 15. Body panels are shredding off that board, trying to hold that inside line. Here comes Leduc. There goes one of the doors off the side of that truck. As it's 4 laps to go that time by for Kyle Kleiman. And Kyle Leduc still working on Andrew Carlson. And remember, Carlson, he's running one of Kyle Leduc's old trucks.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of battle. That's the best battle on the race course. About a car length and a half between Carlson and Leduc as they head down into the Argonne corner. Leduc still looking for a way around, tries the inside.
Yeah, they got to watch it. They don't want to do too much battle. Like I said earlier, Kyle, watch him. He's really, really precise here. He really is trying to go up against that wall, go right, and then he turns left. Carlson's already committed, stubs the motor.
Yeah.
But now Kyle, he makes that pass Nick. Leduc now, your Pro 4 leader. Is there enough time though, Shane?
Leduc is going to have to put down some all-time laps right now to catch up to these lead Pro 2s.
Yeah,
but if anyone can do it, it's got to be him. Still gaining a few seconds every lap, but a long way to go.
Yeah, Kyle Kleiman's doing what he needs to do. He needs to run away and hide. Starting on that pole was a big, big factor as Leduc now backing it in to the gravel pit. Going to come towards the Polaris flyaway jump, and there's Kleiman. At 3 laps to go that time by. Time is definitely starting to run out as panels are not a factor in this one.
Yeah, Leduc's going to come back with just the number plates, and that's about it. So he's still trying to run down these lead Pro 2s.
Yeah, they're
still climbing out front. Looks like Ryan Beat may have gotten around the 67 of Corey Winter for 2nd overall.
Body panels are definitely optional. You see Kyle Kleiman, that hood looks a little bit cracked on the left front. Should stay intact as he's loud on the hard, loud gas pedal coming into Forest County, Potawatomi. Turn number 1. Remember, there should be 2 laps to go this time by, and Kleiman, he's doing a phenomenal job. He's doing what he needs to do to stay out.
Yeah, Kleiman out front now. It's Beat in 2nd. And Kyle Leduc, he's slowly still gaining on our lead Pro 2s. But it's still over a full straightaway of a gap with just over 2 laps to go.
Boy, Kyle Kleiman, he went right over that cushion, sucked him in. He can't afford to do that. He needs to stay on that fine line. I know Keegan Kincaid's watching. He's babysitting that Pro 2. He knows exactly where you need to go. If anyone knows where every rock's located, it is the Kincaid family.
2 laps laps to go now in this 27th annual Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup. Kyle and Duke having all kinds of problems with Corey Winter down there. That's the battle for third overall.
Yeah, Corey Winter definitely trying to make that truck as wide as possible. Watch as you watch the exit on this. Kyle Leduc going to go to that inside, watch a four-wheel drive, just try to pull away, but Kyle Kleiman, oh, Leduc is off the pace. Kyle Leduc, something has gone wrong with Leduc.
Looked like he was back accelerating though, Brent. We'll keep an eye on it. He's back up to race pace.
Yeah,
and he lost a gear.
wrong.
I know he had some problems with gears a couple of weeks ago at Crandon. Looks like some of his gears may have gone out. That's going to collect both Carlson and Greaves.
Well, the wish and the hope, Wilson, Michigan, is Kyle Kleiman. Can he get the job done? He just needs to really be patient here. That young kid winning the Pro 2 championship, his first one of his career. Could he get this job done and win this 27th annual Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup?
Once again, Kleiman will dive down into Calamity Corner. White flag is out, 1 lap to go here for Kyle Kleiman with a commanding lead over the rest of this field. It's Beat running in second, Corey Winter third, and Jimmy Henderson now has moved up into fourth overall.
Kyle Kleiman coming through Argonne turn, heading back what was our starting line throughout this race weekend. Coming into Cowboy turn, doing a phenomenal job. That's a little fire underneath the truck of Kleiman, but no worries. That is excess fuel just burning off as Kleiman is hard on the loud pedal, coming back into Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1. One more time, he's on the white flag lap. This young kid, he is going to be one happy race car driver if he can get this job done.
Just a couple more corners to navigate here for Kyle Kleiman. Earlier in the day, took home that points championship in Pro 2, as you mentioned, Brent. On his way to making his day even a little bit better.
Come on, Kyle, keep it together, buddy. He's got a couple turns to go. This is so awesome to see a Pro 2 come out on top once again. It can be done. Kyle Kleiman, one final right-hander. Crandon, Wisconsin, your Community Cup winner. The 42 Cannon Tire back ride of Kyle Kleiman. What a race.
Yeah, really, Kleiman was the only driver that didn't have any kind of big trouble in that race. Ryan Beat finishes second. And how about it? Winter narrowly holds off Henderson at the line for third. So Pro 2s finished first, second, and third. That little tangle back in Cowboy Corner for the Pro 4s made all the difference in that one.
Yeah, definitely. Corey Winter made it really, really challenging for Leduc to get around him. Something broke on Leduc. It looked like he was the man on the move, but I don't think there was enough time to hunt down Kyle Kleiman. He ran a perfect race.
Yeah, he talked about it in the pro opening ceremonies. He just wanted to get out there and run on that cushion. This track was ideal for the best of the best speeds that you can squeeze out of these Pro 2s. Kyle Kleiman, what a day for Kyle Kleiman. Wins the Pro 2 race, wins the Pro 2 championship, goes out and wins the 27th Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup.
And look at him, he's slapping the top of the hood. Kyle Kleiman, your Community Cup winner, and I can guarantee you they're going to stay overnight tonight. That team earned every bit of 2020, and what better way to end the season, Shane?
Yeah, Kyle's got to be just pinching himself right now. Like, this can't all be happening in one day, right?
Like, he's just waiting the whole time. Okay, where are these Pro 4s? Where are they at? And he just stayed out front, ran that cushion like he said in his interview earlier. You really have to rely on that.
So definitely a great conclusion here to our Forest County Potawatomi Brush Run races. We get our winners all set to take their spots on the podium. One last look at the final results. Kyle Kleiman takes the win here. Ryan.
Corey, such a wild ride this season has been for you. You sustained a back injury, you recovered, and now you are here. So what are the emotions where you find yourself here on the podium?
Man, so crazy what we've been through this year, and obviously me and being out the whole season could have been a lot worse, but basically just waited and kind of waited till I got healthy enough and got back in at the last fall Crandon and had some success. So I was kind of eager and confident coming into this weekend. And I mean, with the weather, you really didn't know what was going to happen. So we just kind of threw a setup at it and had a pretty good run yesterday. And man, today must have been a big gap on the Pro 4s, but LeDuc caught me and I was babying my truck halfway through. I had some overheating going on. So those guys were awesome to race against. Kyle was way out front. So just had a good start, just kind of had to baby it through the rest of the race. But man, we made it up here in third, and I think 2 for 2 cup races for me this year. So it's not second or first, but I'll take a podium here at Crandon anytime.
Well, congratulations. I know this one is hard earned for you. Let's give it up for Corey Winter in third. And in second, Rowdy Ryan Beat. Rowdy, you had your work cut out for you there on the start, but to be able to finish second here, that is no easy feat. So what's your reaction to that, also considering your first year in the Pro 2?
Yeah, it's a fun race. I'm not sure where Kevin Hanegraaff was going on the start. He decided to turn left in the right-hand corner and run us all to the catch fence, so I came out of there like dead last. Just had to start picking guys off, put my head down and focus on lines and focus on the guys in front of me and try to run them down. You know, these guys are on the gas and everybody in that field is really, really good. So, man, I'm just thankful to be up here. You know, if it wasn't for Potawatomi and Crandon for putting on such a rad event, we wouldn't be able to do this for a living. So thank you guys. Thank you to Bill Stein, Lucas Oil, General Tire, Vision Wheels, Steal It, Ram Mounts, Everfilt, everybody that supports this program, my whole crew, and most importantly, all you fans for watching and tuning in live.
Congratulations. This guy has been on a hot streak recently. This is Rowdy Ryan Beat, our second place finisher here today in the Cup. And taking home the top honors from Bark River, Michigan, Kyle Kleiman. A Pro 2 championship, a Pro 2 win, and now this. Where does a day like this rank up in all your days and all your wins here in your career so far?
Yeah, you know, it's definitely something that everybody tries to set out and achieve. And, you know, it's just one of those goals that I kind of set, and now we clicked it off. And, you know, now that we're up here, this is what we expect out of everything. And, I mean, my team, for only being the second year in the Pro 2, I mean, we've come so far. Mikey's helped us out big time. Matt, Mitch, I mean, Tanner, all those guys, my fiance, my family, my crew, everybody that puts any time into my program, you know, Kenda Tires, Ponzi, Ultra Wheels, Billy from ATD. Thank you guys for, you know, I wouldn't be out here if it wasn't for you guys. You know, we wouldn't be here at an event like this if it wasn't for the fans and all the people that put in a lot of hours to put on the show. So hats off to everybody involved. Thank you guys so much.
And Kyle, you said this one was going to be an all-out battle at the start there, but there was so much more than that came into play because you finished 11 seconds ahead of second. So what else were you finding out there?
I mean, honestly, we were just really working on starts. We've been kind of struggling, and I think we found something. So that whole shot was pretty much everything. Having that clean air means a lot. I mean, the track crew, they did a good job for what they had. I mean, we knew that we were going to be able to run the cushion a little bit more, but we knew there was going to be really big ruts. So that's what we kind of took into counter, and being able to have that fresh air, we can kind of pick apart the track. And we just found some speed, and, you know, we're just going to get faster next year. So it's going to be fun.
Pocketing $10,000 and the bragging rights here to the Forest County Potawatomi Cup race. This is Kyle Kleiman, your Pro 2 champion.